back to another video. Welcome back to STL Cars, and in this video I've made a bit of a boo-boo and it's resulted in me having to try and fix it. So basically, if you've watched a few videos ago, you'll have seen that we got some brand new wheels on the S5. We've got the Aspiria FFR6s, which I absolutely love. However, the other day I was driving along and I went to pull up on a curb and drive up onto the curb. I thought I'd got enough on and the front wheel went on, but then I heard a bit of a noise when the back hit, and basically I hadn't pulled on enough onto the curb and I've clipped the back wheel on the curb. So we've got a nice little curb mark on the back wheel, which is really frustrating, seeing as the wheels are literally brand new. So it's really annoying. However, luckily they are just gloss black. So I've been to Halfords and I've got some stuff to try and repair them, and hopefully with them being just gloss black, it will blend quite nicely. So we're just going to film it today, and if you've seen this video, then it turned out all right, and I'm happy with the results. But, well, even if you see this video, I might not be, and I might just put it on anyway. But basically, I'm just going to give you a little rundown of how we're going to go ahead and hopefully try and fix the rear alloy. It is only mine. I will go out and show you in a second. But yeah, we bought all the stuff. I'm by no means an expert when it comes to painting stuff, so don't take this as like absolute gospel of how to do it. This is just how I'm going to attempt to fix my own alloy after I made a bit of a cock up and curbed it. So let's go outside and let's show you the damage, and then we'll go from there. So guys, here we are. I did say it was only minor, but there you go. That is what we've done. So you can see it's taken the paint back, and it's obviously right on the lip. So it has kind of actually taking a bit of the shape out of the wheel, which is really frustrating. And the worst part about it, because the gloss black, they stand out so bad. It's so annoying. But we're going to try and fix it. So we're going to get the wheel off. So I'll do that now off camera, and then we'll go through what we've got and the steps and processes that we're going to do to try and rectify this little curb mark. And hopefully we'll get the wheels looking brand new again. So I'm going to get the wheel off and then I'll come back to you. Alright guys, so wheel is off now, so we can just kind of inspect the damage a little bit more. So it's literally just on that edge. So what I'm going to try and do, because I don't know how good this paint is going to match, I'm going to just try and literally paint the bare minimum that I can. So I'm obviously going to have to go a little bit to the left and right of it to get it to blend, but I don't want to go onto this face at all. So I'm literally going to mask off here, once we've kind of repaired this part and sanded it down, and then hopefully it doesn't look too bad. So what have we got to do this then? So I've been to Halfords. We've got some primer, grey primer, clear lacquer, we've got gloss black, and I bought this as well. So it's like alloy wheel filler. So basically strengthened with aluminium. It's like a putty type paste thing. And what I'm going to do, because obviously if I sand this down here, it's going to leave a bit of a kind of divot in the wheel, which I don't want. I want it to be nice and smooth. So we're going to clean this up, we're going to sand this down, and then we're going to get some of this filler, fill it back in, let it set, and then we can sand this back so it follows the wheel nicely and it doesn't basically look like it's got a bit of a dent in it. So we're going to use this, and then we've got some this is wet and dry sandpaper. So basically it's really fine. So we've got this for finishing off later. I have got some rougher stuff to get this roughened up with. But we're just going to go for it, see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't turn out too bad. If it does, I can always take it to professional, but we like doing things ourselves. So yeah, we're going to start by sanding this down, make it smooth to get rid of the jaggedy edges, and then we'll look at the filler and how we go about using that. So let's get to sanding this down. So we've got this alloy wheel putty stuff mixed together now with the hardener. I've literally only done a tiny bit because it's a tiny little bit that we're trying to fill. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to stick a glove on, and then we're going to use my finger just to basically work it in with my finger, because I don't want to get it all over the place. So we're going to use our fingers to do it, and yeah, and then we have to leave that to set for about 30 minutes. So as you can see, we've just filled in the gap on the wheel now. It's like obviously not perfect, so you leave it a little bit proud of the surface so you can actually sand it back, and then it'll hopefully be nice and smooth. I probably should have masked the tyre off first before we did this, which I didn't, so that's my bad. But hopefully it'll all work out okay. And yeah, we're just gonna leave this to set now for about 30 minutes, and then we'll get on to the next stage. Guys, while we're waiting for the wheel alloy filler putty stuff to set, I've gone off and masked off all of the wheel apart from this bit. Obviously we're going to be kind of sat there, so it doesn't matter. I don't want the paint going anywhere that it shouldn't with overspray. So we've literally just masked off this tiny little section. So this is the bit we're going to paint. I'm going to be focusing heavily on this part, obviously, and then I'm going to try and like kind of blend out the paint into this part so we don't have too much of a harsh line. Might not be the right way to do it, but it's how we're going to attempt to do it. So as you can see, this putty's it's obviously a little bit rough at the moment, but once that's set, we'll sand that back so it's nice and flat, smooth with the surface of the wheel, and then we'll get onto the prepping bit for paint. So it's just going to be roughing it down, and we'll rough up a little bit either side of these so the paint can adhere, and then we'll get onto priming, a couple of layers of that, and then we'll sand that down again just so it's nice and smooth, and then we'll get onto the gloss black, and then finally the lacquer. Obviously the most important part with any paint job is always the prep. If you take time with the prep, the finish turns out a lot better. And obviously, as these are brand new wheels, we want the finish to be as perfect as we can get them. Obviously, if I hadn't hit a curb, they'd already be perfect still, but that's by the by. So we'll let this putty set, sand it back, and then we'll get on to sanding and then prepping, and then we'll get onto the primer. So it's been about 25 minutes now, so we're going to basically just check to see if the putty has dried, and then if it has, we'll get to sanding it down. Luckily, it's an absolutely gorgeous day today, as you can see, so hopefully we'll be able to get the wheel out into the sun and it'll help the paint dry a little bit more. Got my nice Monster here. If you've not tried one of these, I would definitely go recommend trying one. It's the new Ultra Fiesta Mango, 0 sugar as well, which kind of defeats the point of an energy drink. However, I don't like really sugary drinks, so this just tastes really good, so go and try one. So it pretty much feels like it's set now, so I'm just going to get some of this rough sandpaper, just sand it back, and then we'll go on to some finer stuff. Basically just see what the finish is like, so yeah, let's just go for it. See now, that's looking pretty good. Obviously it doesn't look great at the minute because it's not painted, but that's nice and sanded now. So we're going to roughen up just with some lighter grit sandpaper, roughen up this part that we're going to be painting on that edge as well, and then we'll get to painting. What we're going to do first, beforehand, we're going to go put the primer paint can into some hot water. So it's best to heat the can up just a little bit in some hot water. Basically just helps the paint adheres better when it's warm. So we're going to go do that, and then we'll sand this down and get ready to prime. So we've got the area all prepped now. It's been sanded and roughened up, ready for the paint. So we've got the primer here. You can see that. Yeah, so just grey primer. We've had it in some warm water and it's all shaken up. So what we're going to do, obviously, I don't want to try and go too far. We're going to try and blend this in as nice as we can on this edge. So I'm just going to go from about 30 centimeters away and just do a really kind of light coat on this first one. Get it coated in the primer, and then we will sand that layer down and then go from there. So I'm just going to do a quick test spray. Cool, that's fine. So yeah, let's hit it with the primer. So once that layer of primer's dried, we will sand that down a little bit with a bit of the really fine sandpaper, and then we'll give it another hit of primer. So I've moved out into the sun a little bit just to aid with the drying. So this is the second coat of primer now. Once this is dried, we'll give it another little fine sand down, and then we'll go into the gloss black. I'm hoping we're not going to have too many harsh lines with the masking tape in the area, but we'll just have to wait and see what it looks like when it's finished. I'm sure it'll look better than what it did with the big curb mark on there. So yeah, we'll get to the gloss black coat in a second. Okay, moment of truth. We're gonna go hit it with the gloss black and see and hope and pray that it comes out all right. So yeah, let's do this. The first layer of gloss black's dried now. I'm going to use this 2,500 grit sandpaper with a bit of water, just to get another nice little smooth finish on this. And then we're going to go and hit it with another coat of gloss black, and I don't think it'll actually need much more for that. We then need to apply some lacquer, but I might just try and peel back a little bit of the masking just to try and get it to blend as nice as I can with the original paint on the wheel. But we'll see how we go. It might stand out like it's a sore thumb, but once it's kind of been hit the road and stuff and doesn't look as fresh, it'll probably just blend in with the rest of the wheel anyway. So let's just sand this back a little bit and then we'll give it another coat of gloss black. Okay, so that's pretty much dry now. We're going to now give it a coat of clear lacquer, just to seal it in, and then we'll probably go ahead and take off all the masking tape. See what it looks like. There's probably going to be dead harsh lines, but we'll just see if we can like blend it in if need be. Hopefully not. Hopefully it looks all right, and then we'll probably just try and get a bit of compound polish on it once it's dried and set properly, just to get it to blend as good as we can. But yeah, it looks good. This part that we've done the paint job's pretty good. It's nice and smooth. It's just how good it actually blends with the rest of the wheel. Obviously, because this is just generic gloss black paint. The wheels are coarser black, as they're called on the website, but it's basically gloss black. So hopefully they blend quite nice, but we will find out. So now we're going to do we'll do the lacquer, and then we'll come back to you once we've done that. Guys, I'm actually so buzzing how this turned out. Like, considering I'm not a professional when it comes to painting, it actually doesn't look that bad. I've just taken the masking tape off. It's not like perfect. It was never going to be perfect. But for a home job, it doesn't look bad at all. So I'll spin the camera around and show you what we've got so far. So guys, there we have it. So we'll just give it a quick polish now as well, with a little bit of compound polish now that it's all set and dry. And then we'll just give it a bit of a normal polish as well. And it's actually turned out really good. You can't actually, so you can just about sort of tell out here where the paint matches. It's obviously not like the perfect colour, but from a distance you would not be able to tell that that's been repaired. When it's fitted on the car as well, there is no chance. It just takes your eye off it completely. And yeah, I'm really happy with how that's turned out. So we're going to get the wheel back onto the car now. Once it's back on, I will show you what it looks like, see if you can pick it out on the camera as to where it's been repaired. I really don't think you're going to be able to, because when it's just on the floor now, you can't tell. It's like so discreet, and I'm actually really pleased with myself. We've done a really good job, if I do say so myself. So yeah, just a kind of a little, not how-to guide, because like I said, I'm not a professional at all when it comes to painting. Just, if you are going to try it, just take your time. It's really easy to, well, I say easy, it is fairly easy to do. You just need to take your time, and prep is the biggest thing. Like, you need to take the time to prep the surface properly and get it all nice and smooth, otherwise the paint finish is going to be terrible. So we took the time with it, and it's turned out really good, and we've got the reward we wanted. So let's go and put the wheel back on the car, and then we'll show you the final result. Guys, you would literally never know. Like, I've just put the wheel back on, stood back, and I'm actually struggling to actually pick out the damaged area myself. So I've actually done a pretty good job. Like I said, if I do say so myself, nice little pat on the back. Let's go and show you with it back on the car now. Let me know in the comments to see if you can actually spot where the curb mark was. I genuinely, in person, can't see where the damage was. So I think it's going to be even harder for you guys on camera, but we'll go back out to the car now and we'll show you. So guys, you can see the wheel is back on the car. Can you spot where the damage was? I have given the wheel a clean, so it kind of all looks clean, so it's not just one area is clean, but I genuinely can't see where the damage was, even if I go up closer. I mean guys, like genuinely, like that is a pretty good result considering we're not professional painters or anything like that. We've literally just give it a go and it's actually come out all right. So I'm really happy with that. It's taken your eye away from where the damage was. Like I say, it was only a small little bit of curb mark, but yeah, on gloss black wheels it just stands out like a sore thumb. And obviously they're brand new as well, so it was really frustrating, as you can imagine, when I did it, but I'm really happy now. They look brand new again. You can never, like, you're never going to see that damage, never going to notice that it was there, especially once the car's been on the road a little bit and the wheels got dirty again. It's just, yeah, a really simple fix for a relatively inexpensive thing. All the stuff that I bought to do the job, like the paint, the alloy, putty, sandpaper, etc., cost probably about 35 quid, something like that. So relatively inexpensive to fix my cock up, basically. So that's going to be the end of this video, guys. I'm really happy with the results. Let me know in the comments down below to see if you could still see any of the damaged area once it was back on. I don't think you will be able to because I'm struggling in person. If this video helped you fixing your alloys, then go and hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon as well so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. And until next time, guys, we'll see you then.